Okay, I wanted to talk to y'all tonight. This is Pastor Brother Isaac David Brigman of the Christian Hearts Christian Fellowship Online Ministry, and I wanted to talk right now because I'm right here at the funeral hall of a funeral home because I had come, me and my wife had come to basically see a cousin of mine that had died. Well, anyway, got to talking to some of my family here and that I know well, and we got to talking about how things were in the old days. And I've learned that I respect the old days. I respect the way people did things. And it got me to thinking about it. And I got to thinking, people just don't love the world like they used to. The world was loved back in the day. And people just hate the world like it's nothing, like we don't mean nothing. But I got to thinking about it. We lived in a world where my generation, they have their little spotted stories in it where there are men and women like myself that respect the past even though they never lived in the past. I'm an 80s child. I was born in 81, and being that said, I worry about our future. I want you to know that any generation that comes from my loins has got to learn that you're going to respect the past, present, and future to know about God and Jesus and to know about the heritage of the world, especially the United States. Because you hear people saying how many kids they lived with or how many kids their moms and dads had or grandparents had or cousins, go through the whole stories. And you like, wow, you think about it. And you say, that's a grand thing to think of. It's a glorious thing to think of. Magnificent thing, because we live in a world where we cannot. And I've got some cousins, no lie, that are in a gospel group, and I love them to death. And I know that they sing for the Lord, and it makes me happy to know, not break my heart, but it breaks my heart to know that a lot of people don't love the world like that. But story goes that they had I went to a church one time, and they were singing there. And you know my story about a past church I went to, and it didn't work out. Well, while I was still going there, we they were there, and while they were there, they wanted someone to get there and sing with them. Well, I did, and I had a good old time because I was singing the Lord's music. And that's what makes you feel good, to know you're singing what belongs to the Lord, the music that the Lord gave us. I mean, people don't live and die every day to do something like this, but when you get the opportunity, do it. Do it. A lot of people don't want to live and die for singing the gospel. Don't want to do that. And I'm telling you, it makes me feel good to know this world has got some spotted places in it where it's good spots and some bad spots. Good spots is people who are dotted in this world that are young, like me, in their 30s, 35-year-old man who basically is supposed to be 36, who still has a respect for the past, even if it's a past he's never been a part of. And that stuff gets me right in my heart. So when people older than you talk about the past, listen, because you'll find out that is a kind of an education you'll never get from school. It's a history lesson that only can come from God and the people willing to tell you about their growing up and their raisins. They love telling it, and you need to love to hear it. If you don't, you got to seek a sense of what to do or not do. My message right now is, it may be little off the grid, as they say, but it touches my heart to think that we don't live in a world of people needing to know about people wanting to know about people. It's more like, you did this and this is what happened, so big deal. It's not a big deal. It's a very big deal. It's not no little big deal. It's a big deal. So don't make fun of these people. I think the world, that people can stare at me and see me as equal as them when it comes to Christianity, when it comes to God, Jesus. I love God. I love Jesus. I may look like I do, but I'm no hobo. I'm no homeless man. I have a home. I may not live like you want me to, but if God's happy with me, that's what matters. And that's what I'm trying to preach to y'all folks. Live the way God asked you to live. Don't be living for the human beings. I'm going to tell you something. That's how it's supposed to be. So from now on, live for God. Don't live for the devil. I don't live for the human beings. Live for God. God will put the right man and woman in your life. God will put the right things in your life. And when God does, don't deny that there is something there. So I'll let y'all go. Have a nice evening. And there'll probably be a part 2 to this sermon.